It's a semi-finals showcase in the Jamaica. Coming up in the news at 7, hotspots targeted following over 100% increase in St. Elizabeth murders, renewed efforts to reduce child abuse in 2024, and illegal dumping of garbage a national concern. While in sports, a semi-finals showcase in the Jamaica Premier League. Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7, the weekend edition. It's Sunday, May 5, 2024. I'm TK Dawkins. Thanks for joining us. The St. Elizabeth Police, in their weekend operations, have reported the injury of one man who's now being treated in hospital. The commanding officer for the parish says the operations will become more frequent. Trisha Kelly has the details.
The Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, has begun operations in various St. Elizabeth communities. Their most recent efforts started on Saturday. An early morning operation soon developed as later that day police officers were called to a specific community where upon arrival they were confronted. Commanding officer for the parish, Deputy Superintendent Coleridge Minto, gives the details of the incident.
A team of officers responded at about 6:30 this evening to this address in the Round Hill community, which is located in the Pedro Plains police area. During the confrontation, one man was shot and injured. He was rushed to the Black River Hospital where he is being treated. 1.38 revolver was recovered along with 2 live rounds.
While there was an overall 7.8% decline in murders nationally in 2023, St. Elizabeth experienced a remarkable 7-year low in murders for the year. However, so far this year, the parish has seen more than twice the number of murders reported for the corresponding period of 2023, a trend the Constabulary Force is aiming to interrupt. Earlier this year, DSP Minto highlighted the drastic increase in weapons that have been found in the parish.
Just in 2023, would have recovered more than 100% increase in firearms compared to the previous year. That in of itself is an indication of the number of firearms that are now in the parish, illegal weapons, persons who are committing offences in our parish.
The JCF's data indicates that shootings have increased by 22%. Break-ins, however, declined by 50%.
I want to remind the citizens of this parish that we will continue our operations right across the various spaces to ensure that the parish remains a safe one. The scenes of crime has been contacted. The scene is being processed. They've also contacted Indicom, who will also conduct an investigation into this matter.
Trisha Kelly, CVM News.
There were over 14,000 reports of children being abused in 2023. That's according to Mayor of Kingston, Andrew Swaby, who was speaking at the KSAMC Child's Month ceremony on Sunday at the Secret Garden Monument in downtown Kingston. He was joined by Minister of Local Government and Rural Development and Member of Parliament for Kingston Western, Desmond McKenzie, who is urging adults to set examples for the nation's children to follow.
The village who once raised our children have turned against them without just cause. Homes, schools, and even churches no longer provide a safe haven for our children, as criminals have found a way to infiltrate these places. Let me hasten to point out that majority of the God-fearing, law-abiding citizens continue to protect and act in the best interest of our children.
And so as we reflect on the life of those who never had the opportunity to shine, let us try and ensure that no more names under tragic and violent circumstances is added to this monument. Let us become more responsible. As parents, we have a role to play. As members of the community, we have a role to play. As elected representatives, we also have more than a role to play.
The 29-year-old mother of the 8-year-old whose charred remains were found beneath the rubble of his Westmoreland home sometime after midnight on Friday, April 26, has been charged with cruelty to a child. Jamil Richardson, a grade 3 student at the Peggy Barry All-Age School who resided with his mother in Top Lincoln Grange Hill, was reportedly home alone when the house caught fire. 29-year-old Sharon MacDonald has been charged based on a witness statement, as well as a question and answer session in the presence of her attorney. A court date is to be finalized. In a bid to rid Kingston of pollution, Mayor Andrew Swaby visited a section of Bull Bay on Friday where some companies have been using the entrance to the sea as a dumping site. The issue is even impacting residents in nearby communities. Here's Trisha Kelly with this report.
Pollution continues to plague Jamaica in more ways than one, and in Kingston, where it has been a difficult issue to tackle, it seems newly appointed Mayor Andrew Swaby will have to work overtime to ensure that his municipality is not dirty. One resident of the Bull Bay area in St. Andrew is complaining that companies have dumped their waste on nearby lands and it's affecting their communities.
Only parrot breed up around here. When them bring truck around with dump, them bring all rotten all in the rubbish, and the rat them get to breed up around here. So, whole heap of construction I go on boy, yeah. Truck carry the material and come tip off around here, so, and thing. So, we need this round to clean up.
In a recent visit to a river mouth in the Beach Drive area, Mayor Swaby and his team examined the debris. For this reason, he is calling on employers to ensure their employees are carrying out their duties in a respectful manner that does not jeopardize the municipality's ecosystems.
I would implore on contractors that when they are paying for these services, they should ensure that they have seen a receipt where persons carry things to the dump. Because actually on that receipt, you will see the actual date of the receipt. So I do that also. It's very critical because here you have these things, if a heavy rainfall, it goes right into the sea, and which affect marine life.
The mayor says his municipality will be analyzing the matter more thoroughly, but the means of preventing similar recurrences is not yet defined. As he explains, he's unsure how feasible this method may be.
Certainly, I'll be talking to National Salaries Management. One of the initial things I've seen, I don't know if it is legal, but I would suggest that probably we should look at putting up some cameras, even on private dwellings. But as I said, I don't know if it's legal to deter this thing, to make sure you capture these license plate numbers, and then we can take it from there.
He says, however, this is just a suggestion, but if legally possible, the municipality would consider using this method to address the issue of illegal dumping. Last year, Minister of Local Government Desmond McKenzie said that the existing fines for illegal dumping are under review, and that in the interim, the JCF had been working closely with the NSWMA to prosecute offenders. Trisha Kelly, CVM News.
Scotiabank Jamaica Foundation is promoting the Ministry of Health's No Dirty Up Jamaica campaign with its recent efforts to rid the Kingston Harbor of waste and unnecessary items. It was a combined effort with other stakeholders, including the Grace Kennedy Foundation. We go again to Trisha Gay Kelly.
Over 300 Scotiabank employees recently joined forces to tackle the issue of pollution affecting the Kingston Harbor. The group, along with other stakeholders, cleared plastic waste and other garbage at the Sigourney Beach in Raytown, Kingston. Chair of the Environmental and Climate Action Employee Resource Group, Maya Wilson, says it's important that citizens realize the impact of their actions on nature.
We're here, and we were here last year, and we're picking up so much garbage, plastics, all kinds of items you wouldn't believe. And we're polluting our environment. We have to live here. There are people that actually use these resources, that go in the water, that want to bathe, and they're animals. There is a whole ecosystem that thrives and survives in this ecosystem, and it's dying. It's our country, and we have to try and do better.
The cleanup was in light of Earth Week, which is globally observed. Wilson, who has a passion for environmental care, says her organization is not simply about banking. She highlights the need for a change in the way companies view issues plaguing the island.
Scotiabank, our purpose is for every future. We're here to serve our communities. Yes, we offer banking services, and that's really important to help grow communities. But we also live here. We also want our communities to thrive. And a huge part of that is our environment and climate action. That has a huge socio-economical effect on how we are going to grow Jamaica, how we're going to market Jamaica, how we're going to grow tourism, how we're going to grow other industries. And that's how we want to live well.
But while excited about the work they've done so far, she explains more people need to get involved to really create the desired impact. Wilson says Earth Week once a year cannot fix what has been broken for decades.
It can't be a 1 week. This is where we live all the time. And we can tell from today that whilst we're making an impact, it's just a dent. So much more needs to happen. So I would encourage all Jamaicans to do their part, look at their practices, educate yourself, understand about the environmental actions you can take, the different things you can do within your own home, the things you can buy or maybe shouldn't buy, so that we can all collectively make a big impact on our country.
The initiative is a part of the greater cleanup operation for one of the country's largest mangroves and is also an annual occasion for the entity. Trisha Gay Kelly, CVM News.
CVM News at 7 continues after the break.
The other day, my friend saw the Mitchells at the supermarket, and he's really happy with Flow Yard and Road.
Hey.
Everyone who signs up, bam, gets a $10,000 Flow gift card that can be used anywhere Visa cards are accepted.
I haven't used mine to pay for groceries.
Get Flow Yard and Road, the plan that pays you back.
Best decision ever.
Told you so.
I know.
Are you ready?
Why wait? Achieve your goals and dreams today. Whatever you've been putting off, do it today with Quartz Ready Cash. Get a Quartz Ready Cash loan of up to $1.5 million to help you get started. No guarantor or collateral needed. It's quick, easy, and hassle-free with up to 36 months to repay. Visit any of our 48 locations to get your Quartz Ready Cash loan today. Quartz Ready Cash, ready when you are. Promotion ends May 31, 2024. Conditions apply.
Hello Jamaica, my name is Daniel Hewitt. The last time you saw me, I was graduating Distinction College. I now reside in the city of Brooklyn, New York, where I work at a prominent nursing home. I've always wanted to become a nurse, but being a single mother and living on my own made my dream of becoming a nurse seem far-fetched. Checking out different schools and different programs, I chose Distinction College because of their affordable tuition, flexible schedule, and their hassle-free registration process. Distinction College offers different programs in nursing such as pediatric nursing, geriatric nursing, practical nursing, and even phlebotomy. Because of the training I got at Distinction College and the international certification, I am now licensed by the New York State Department of Health to work as a CNA in the state of New York. And it all started at Distinction College. I took that step. You can do it too. Choose Distinction College.
Welcome back. Here now is Andrew Laidley with Small Biz, Big Dreams.
Handcrafted with locally and internationally sourced ingredients, Chabelle's Organics is poised to revolutionize hair care in Jamaica. It's the brainchild of Shannon Bell, who started the business simply because she wanted to help people boost their confidence.
I started back in COVID 2021. I was transitioning from relaxed hair to natural hair, and I found out I really had a passion for making products that will help others to build their confidence.
With a deep-rooted passion for natural remedies and a keen eye for blending exotic ingredients, Shannon poured her heart and soul into creating a range of products that cater to a diverse array of hair types and textures.
We use like herbs, like natural herbs, like rose petals, rosemary leaves. We have like coconut oil, tamanu oil, babasu, castor oil. I have a supplier back in the US, and some of the raw materials are here, like in Jamaica. So I try to reach out to small farmers like who makes the castor oil and coconut oil.
But it wasn't easy at the start. Despite facing financial constraints at the outset, Shannon made the best of what she had and turned her vision into a reality.
I started my business with 20,000 Jamaican dollars. I was in sixth form and I was in a partner, and then COVID came, it didn't work out, so I just used that money and use it like to buy. I started out with just castor oil and the hair growth oil.
Through hard work, Chabelle's Organics has seen steady growth in sales and garnered a loyal following of customers who swear by the efficacy of her products. Looking ahead, Shannon harbors big dreams of expanding her business beyond the shores of Jamaica.
I don't see myself only in Jamaica. I see myself internationally, in Walmart, Walgreens, and other places overseas.
Balancing the demands of running a business while juggling her academic pursuits has not been without its challenges. However, she continues to serve as a beacon of inspiration for aspiring entrepreneurs who look up to her as a role model.
Believe in yourself. It doesn't matter how small your beginnings are, just believe. Once you believe, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how anybody else think. Just dream big and just do it.
And now to regional and international news.
We begin with news in the region. Local security forces have started training to ensure they can respond to any threats that may arise during the upcoming ICC Men's T20 World Cup as exercise trade winds officially gets underway. More from CBC News, Barbados.
During the exercise, regional civilian agencies and security forces will focus on building capacity for counterinsurgency operations at land and sea, cybersecurity threats, and post-disaster response, thereby enabling us to deal more effectively and decisively with such challenges in a more cooperative and coordinated manner.
Exercise Trade Winds is sponsored by the U.S. Southern Command, and Deputy Commander Brigadier General Moni Ulis has expressed a commitment to continuing cooperation.
The participation of more than 1,000 uniformed personnel this year exemplifies a shared commitment to one another to strengthen our partnerships and remain united in shared responsibilities as the defenders of common values. For the United States, we have representatives here from all branches of the U.S. military, including active duty, National Guard.
In the Cayman Islands, the Emancipation Day holiday returns with celebrations beginning on Monday, May 6. More in this report from CIG News.
Emancipation Day is being celebrated this coming holiday Monday from 1 to 8 p.m. on Seafarers Way in Georgetown. While various activities have been happening this week, civil servants were asked to dress in their red, white, and blue Caymanian Proud and Emancipation Day t-shirts. The theme of the 2024 Cayman Islands Emancipation Day celebration is Year of the Return, which marks the reinstatement of the national holiday, highlighting its significance in Caymanian history and heritage. Led by the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Heritage, the 2024 celebrations takes place over 10 days across the Cayman Islands. The celebrations aim to narrate Cayman's unique emancipation story and celebrate its rich heritage. Meantime, Minister for Youth, Sports and Heritage, the Honorable Isaac Rankin, remarked, Year of the Return underscores the government's commitment to protecting and promoting Caymanian heritage and identity. Civil servants were joined on the steps of the Government Administration Building by elected officials and senior civil servants on Friday. Emancipation Day is part of a larger heritage campaign titled Where We From, which serves to educate the public on various aspects of our history.
And in international news, a ship is preparing to set sail from France to lay the next section of the largest ever subsea internet cable. The Two Africa cable is an incredible 45,000 kilometers long and stretches around the entire continent. The BBC reports.
The Two Africa subsea internet cable is the largest ever built. 45,000 kilometers long, it stretches all the way around the continent. It promises to bring a huge boost in internet capacity and resilience to billions of people in Africa and beyond. In Calais, France, a team is preparing to set sail to lay the next section of the line.
And this is what Two Africa and all subsea internet cables look like. About the same width as a garden hose, and inside, protected by that plastic coating, there's all these really thin optical fibres, and it's on these that your emails and social media posts travel under the oceans around the world at the speed of light.
It's subsea cables like these that have helped the world get connected in recent years. 70% of us are now online. Breakages are common, but thanks to a sophisticated system of rerouting, most of the time we don't really notice. However, the bigger threat to internet connectivity comes from governments themselves.
2023 saw more deliberate internet shutdowns than any previous year, with India in particular regularly shutting citizens off from getting online. And according to Freedom House, internet censorship, surveillance and website blocking has risen for 13 years in a row globally.
And that's it for regional and international news.
Following the break, we'll have Inspire Jamaica with Curlin Brown.
Show mom some love with Bashco this Mother's Day. Spend $6,500 Jamaican dollars or more in Bashco for a chance to be the lucky winner of a weekend getaway for two by Ocean Coral Spring, a GenCare gift certificate, or an air fryer plus a Bashco branded basket of goodies. Competition ends May 7th. Grand draw will be May 9th at Bashco South.
We needed to raise capital, but our experience with local financial institutions was that they were cautious and slow to act, and interest rates were far too high. We had real concerns about financing our business through outside equity investors and the possibility of interference. Could we get a fair valuation for our business? We had our own ideas about the business and its value. Should I go the traditional route of bank financing, or should I try the Jamaica Stock Exchange? So we made a call and experienced transformation of our business through conversations. I'm John Mafood, CEO of Jamaican Teas, and we're listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
Give us a call today at 876-967-3271 to begin your transformation through conversation. We want to see your company listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
Let's go!
Bag it and pin it, every rubbish in a pan. No dirty up the place, this a we island. So keep Jamaica, keep Jamaica. Say me could do it, keep Jamaica clean. Make you listen to me please. No plastic bag, no fear blowing at the breeze. No proper garbage, disposal, recycle plastic. Now make it full up in the streets. Bag it and pin it, every rubbish in a pan. No dirty up the place, this a we island. So keep Jamaica, keep Jamaica. Say me could do it. A message from the National Solid Waste Management Authority.
Welcome back. The more we work together, the happier we will be. Add the melody to those words and many of us will reminisce on when, along with our parents, we sang that action song. Now take a higher note and join forces as we work to reshape the image of how we can bear each other's burdens, even just a little, for the sake of the children. It's time for Inspire Jamaica with Caroline Brown.
Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can.
A little boy being prodded with a flower in hand could suggest a dress rehearsal for a big role or some big event, but not in this case. It's actually intended for his mother, who says that's the type of love she gets daily from her 3-year-old, who had already given her a small petal tucked behind her ear. This time, though, he laid his gift down, indicating he wanted to get her attention and support to spend a little more time, we found out, with the fish he was enjoying watching with his dad close by before they were called away. Well, that was guilt for the Inspire Jamaica team right there. And so we struck a bargain to allow him that leisure time of 5 minutes more. Little did we know, my action would open a total different conversation. The lessons from Melissa Divine Stoddard, who is a social worker, are valuable for the little and for the big people.
For a moment there, you had to stand back and see your child with a stranger, so to speak.
Well, I didn't see my child with a stranger. I saw my child in an environment where I could check in with myself and say my child is safe. So once I was able to check in to ensure my child is safe, I could start grounding. If I had someone with me or I thought he was unsafe, there was no way I would check in with myself or check in with nature. So I can take my shoes off now and I wanted to ground him, which is actually a thing. So most times when you feel like exhausted or you feel like the world is on you, especially as a mommy with a child or a parent with a child, you may not have the money to go to a spa or to go do something that's exotic. But you can literally just take your slippers off, take your shoe off, stand on the ground and literally just ground. And it doesn't have to be some fancy yoga pose. It could just be just grounding.
How does that impact the child now? Because we're talking about the children.
Yes, but if you have a parent who's not grounded or a parent who's frustrated and you're not able to mentally be present with yourself, then you can't be present with your child. And that's where we now have to focus on the mental health of those who are parenting. So you can't have healthy children without healthy parents.
While not every child will have the total support of mom and dad at the same time all the time, the deliberate action of others can widen the circle to reshape the image of a healthy outlook for all children.
Now, what face is this one? Funny. A funny face?
Whoa!
Wow! So that's your funny face?
That's my heart.
Whoa, that's your heart? What? Why your heart looks so small? You have a big heart. Tell me about your heart. That's your heart? Whoa, that's a big heart. What's going on in your heart now?
It's shaky.
It's shaky?
And it can only get better when we continue to allow these minors to acknowledge the rhythms of their hearts through us.
When children are born into a holistic space where they have the support, a mommy, a daddy, grandpa, grandma, good school teachers, just good people in the system who support them and push them on. So when you have people cheerleading you on, it really, even if the structure at home is not as strong economically, but socially, morally, and spiritually, there's strong virtues to grind it, to hold it together. It's like kneading a dumpling, you know? And you need to ensure the flour is a particular way. When it's holding, when that binder is there, and we call the binders the love.
the little reinforcement, a grandma who can keep the baby so mommy can go to work, a good care center is close by with loving aunties and uncles who can protect and, preserve the children and engage them while mommy and daddy is at work. So we're not worrying about the other stuff that are traumatic, the abuse and all of that stuff that we could call trauma. We're saying that once children are given love, they're allowed to play, to laugh, to be them little selves,
So with another May comes another opportunity for adults to nurture, anchor, build without limits, giving